Well, welcome, Covenant family. It's good to see you again. Glad to be back from my mission trip in Mexico, and grateful for Emily for holding down the fort last week. It was such a wonderful trip, and I'd love to share more about that trip with you. But just to see how different it is, the conditions in which people live, and the difference that it makes to have people and funds come from Covenant to build a new house for a family in need in a week was just absolutely incredible. So I'm grateful for the privilege of going down there and grateful to the rest of the team. Now, fortunately, I did get back in time to actually come to church on Sunday. I flew in Saturday night and the planes actually landed on time, which meant that I was able to be there along with Pastor Emily, and we had a congregational meeting, if you missed it, on Sunday, where we got to talk a lot more about the future plans for the installed pastor position at Covenant. Now, you all know I'm remaining here at Covenant, but the big question is that Pastor Emily's time with us will be up at the end of the year. And so we have a decision to make. And one of the things that we talked about in that meeting was that we, in fact, have two decisions to make. And the congregation is going to be able to provide input into those decisions at our next congregational meeting, which is on Pentecost Sunday, which is June 5th, first Sunday in June. We're going to be at one worship service at 10 a.m. So there were some materials handed out at that meeting. And if you got a sample survey that was on a blue piece of paper, you got to read a little bit more about what the survey on Pentecost Sunday is going to look like. Don't worry, you don't turn the blue piece of paper in. We're going to have a new survey for you on Pentecost Sunday. And there was also an FAQ document that was handed out. That was the white papers that answer some questions. Now, for those of you who weren't able to make it, we're going to post a recording of most of that. We had a little technical issue, but we're going to post a recording of most of that on our website, on our YouTube. And we're also going to make available some of the resources from that meeting. I would encourage you, if you have questions, to reach out. Feel free to call on one of our elders, or if you don't know who is an elder or who isn't, you can always reach out to the office and find out more. So thanks to those of you who were able to be there last week, and mark on your calendars. We need you there on Sunday, June 5th, after worship. The worship service will be at 10. The meeting will be at 11:15.
Yep, this is a super important part of the transition work here at Covenant, and is one of the ways that you exercise your voice as a Presbyterian. The session really does want to know what you're thinking on these issues as we look toward Covenant's bright future. So speaking of Sundays, we're going to talk briefly about this Sunday, and we are excited to continue our sermon series on Sabbath. I had such a good time holding down the fort while Pastor Alex was away that he's letting me do it again this weekend while he takes some vacation. And we are going to have a great service at both 8:30 and 11. We do hope you'll join us. While we're unwrapping the gift of Sabbath, the children are going to be unwrapping the gift of parables. So you can see at the bottom of this email some pictures of them learning about the parable of the lost sheep. And there'll be a new parable for them this week as well. We did want to remind you too, and we're going to remind you hopefully every week until it happens, that starting Memorial Day, we will be moving to one combined service at 10 a.m. for the summer. So right now we are at 8:30 and 11 with Sunday school in between. They're reading Sabbath as Resistance by Walter Brueggemann. Please join them. It's a great book. And then on Memorial Day, we will switch to one service at 10 a.m.
That's May 29th. May 29th. Well, thank you all for tuning in, and I'm sorry that I'll miss you this week, but I know Emily's going to be overjoyed to see you on Sunday, and I will see you when I see you.